All right, so let's begin. We're working into don't ignore your core. Have your blocks and a strap with you. And let's get started. So we're going to start off by lying on your back. Bring your feet together in Baddha Konasana. And then lying on your back into Supta Baddha Konasana. So bringing your palms out to the side. Palms allowed to stay facing up. Close your eyes and just focus on your breath. Set your intentions for today's class. Nice deep breathing in and out. Oh, there's that.
Sorry, Joy.
No problem. Okay, so just closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. Nice deep breathing in and out. There we go. All right. So we're going to don't ignore your core. These movements we've been working into are meant to touch every region of your torso, your abdomen, as well as when they're done correctly, they will slim and firm those hard to reach side obliques. So this class is quite a unique class, working to not ignoring your core or hopefully identifying your core. So as you lie there, I want you just to keep your eyes closed. We think about the core as an apple. So your apple runs the whole way through the top of your body and the back of your body. If you think about an apple core, it's right in the center of everything. That's exactly how we're going to be working on core today. A little saying for today, advice from an apple. Be well-rounded. Let your plans ripen. Hold on to your core values. Savor variety. Eat healthily. Know when to let go. Take a bite out of life. Slowly begin to open your eyes. Take your arms and stretch them over your head. Big inhale, lifting up. And exhaling all the way down. Once again, inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling down. Last time, inhale up. And exhale down. Lovely. Welcome to yoga, everybody. And bring your knees up to your chest. Give them a nice hug. We're going to work into a wind relieving pose. So holding your right knee in, stretching out the left leg out in front of you. And then slowly swapping over. So bringing the left knee in. Right leg in. And left one in. Let's change. Right. And left. You might hear a bit of snap, crackle, and pop with your knees. It's pretty normal. Working onto it. And then bringing both knees in. Let's stretch those legs out to the ceiling. Big stretch, flex into the feet. Try and get into a nice 90-degree angle. And let's clasp the hands and place it underneath the head, lifting up. So you pull your head up, pull the navel in towards the spine, lift up nice and high. And let's take that right elbow to the left knee, stretching over, left elbow to the right knee, right to the left, left to the right, right to the left, left to the right, right to the left, left to the right, right to the left. We're just doing 10 sets. Right to the left and left to the right, right to the left, that's 7, left to the right, right to the left, left to the right, right to the left, left to the right, right to the left, left to the right, last set, right to the left, and left to the right. Lovely. Release down. Take your arms up towards the legs. Make sure your arms are nice and straight, your feet are flexed. Now lift the tailbone off the floor. Don't let your hands, they're not touching there. Lift your head off the floor. So you really want to lift up like you're a dead bug and the sun is coming down and you just Slowly go, starting to round up a little bit more. And holding it here for 10, 9, round the back, lift your bum, 7, 6, 5, 4, pull the navel in, 2, and 1, and release. Lovely stuff. Clasp the hands, place it behind your head, and we do little sit-ups now. So lifting the head up, right up, and down just above the floor. Up for 2, and down. Up for 3, and down. Up for 4, and down. Up for 5, down. Up for 6, down. Up for 7, down. Up for 8, down. Up for 9, down. Last one. Up for 10, and down. Release, bring your knees in, give them a nice hug. Let's cross at the ankles, hold to the feet, and up you come onto all fours. So once you're on all fours, hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Make sure you're nicely aligned. We can do a bit of cat and cow here. So flattening it out, I want you to inhale, looking up, nice flat back. Exhale, round down all the way. Pull the navel in, look at it. As you inhale, looking up. And exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And again, last one, inhale up. And exhale down. Come back to the center. So from here, we're going to go into a plank. So you make sure your hands are nice and flat. You're going to step back, stretch it out. Make the back as nice and flat. I'm going to start on the right, but you need to bring your right knee to the right elbow. So no matter what you do, don't lift the buttocks, touch it in. Right knee to the right elbow for 3, 2, 1. Step back, left knee, left elbow. Touch it on for 3, 2, 1. Step it back. Right to right elbow for 3, 2, 1. Step back. Left to left for 3, 2, 1. Step back and into a down dog. Stretch it out. Just walking it out. Very nice. We go back into a plank. And now we'll do the opposite side. So you're going to bring your right knee to your left elbow. I want you to touch it. So you must touch on it. For 3, 2, 1. Step back. Left to right knee. Touch. For 3, 2, 1. Back. Right to left. For 3, 2, 1. Step back. Left to right. For 3, 2, 1. And into a down dog. Stretch out. Walk it out. All right. Look at your hand. You step forward, right foot by right thumb. All the way forward. Big step forward. Make you nicely stretched. With control, you're dropping down that right knee, the right foot. Placing your hands onto your knee. Now holding that core. Big, make sure you're holding your core. You lift the arms up to the ceiling and push the hips forward. So I want you to really feel how the core is working to hold your arms up. Breathing into it. If you're feeling in the back, don't have to go all the way back. You always lean forward. Just sitting up nice and tall. If you can hear all that noise going on, there's the 2 cats having a tea party. I don't know what they're happy at home or I don't know. Really enjoy themselves. Just relax there. Make sure you utilize it. Your core, you're stretching up. Mini arms. And slowly be coming down to the floor. Tucking the back toe. Lifting up and stepping back into your down dog, stretching out. Let's step forward with the left foot by the left thumb. All the way. Nice. Dropping down. Right knee, right foot. Placing the hands onto the knee. Allowing the hips to fall forward. Tighten that core before you lift up. Tightening up. Lifting up. Don't need to do a back bend, because I want you to protect the back. So tighten that core. Feel how you can tighten your core. Stretch and lift all the way. Here comes the other one. It's like a party going on here. Breathe into it. Between the bum roll to toes. Play. Hands down. Tap the back toe, step into a down dog, stretch it out. Big stretch. Okay, slowly you're going to look at your hands and walk your feet towards the hands all the way. Toes together, heels slightly apart. Releasing the head down. Make sure your hips are nice and above the heels. Release the head. Let's hold onto the elbows. Just relax. A ragdoll position. Change the cross of the elbows. You just feel the other side. Release the head. Straighten those legs. And then place the hands into prayer position to namaste. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen the spine. When we come up, lengthening all the way up. Coming up to standing straight. Take the arms up into Urdhva Hasta Tadasana. Stretching up nice and high. We're going to work over to the right side. So lengthen, don't move the hips, just take the top of the body, the torso. Stretch it over to the right. And coming back up, over to the left side. Now stretch. Back to the center. Slight little back bend. And releasing those arms down. So we're working to our 3 of our Surya Namaskar. What I do suggest you do is you work with a belt. We worked with learning how to do Surya Namaskar. So you're welcome to take a belt, you make it shoulder distance apart, and you place it just above the elbows. I highly recommend this. Okay, and you work with that. I'm going to work without, but I highly recommend working with the belt. From there, getting your belt ready, you're going to stand top of the mat. And we're going to take our arms with the belt on, stretching up nice and high. Big stretch. Obviously, if you can do your Chaturanga Dandasana and you're very, you know what you're doing, you don't need to use the belt. But that's making sure that you're working. You can also put your knees down if you need to. You know what you're going through. Working to 3 sun salutations. So lifting up nice and tall. We'll extend far forward. Keeping the hips straight, arms by ears. And then stretching the hands down towards the floor. Bending your knees, placing your hands down either side, jumping into a plank. Hold your plank, bend the elbows, roll over the toes. Chaturanga. Up you come, sliding the feet back. Slowly working back down, bringing the feet in, tucking toes into a down dog, stretching up. Looking at the hands, you jump yourself forward, bend the knees, jumping forward. Hands to prayer, come up to a halfway. So lengthen those arms in front and up you come, slide back bend. That's a half one. And extending forward, halfway, hands coming down. Hands to either side, bend those knees, let's jump back. Plank. elbows bend, rolling over the toes, Urdhva Mukha, upwards facing dog. Coming back down, tucking toes into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Jumping forward. Hands to prayer, halfway, stretching the arms. Up we come. One full sun salutation, we do 2 more of them. Stretching forward. Hands all the way down, hands to the side. Inhale and exhale as you jump back, plank. Elbows bend, roll forward. Up we come. Coming back down, tucking toes, pushing up into your down dog, stretch out. Jumping forward. Lovely, hands to prayer. Halfway, stretching the arms, up we go. 1.5, lengthening forward. Hands coming down, hands to the side, inhale lift, exhale jumping back. Elbows bend, roll forward. Up we go. Coming back down, tuck toes, push up, down dog. Jumping forward, hands to prayer. Up we go, big stretch. Slight little back bend. That's 2 we've done. Lengthening forward. Stretching those arms. Down to the floor, bend the knees. Let's jump back. Plank. Elbows. Roll. Urdhva Mukha. Back down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Tucking the toes, pushing into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Jumping forward. Hands to prayer. Lengthening. Up we go. 2.5. And let's keep going. Stretching forward. Hands to the floor. Hands to the side. Let's jump. Elbows. Roll forward. Urdhva Mukha. Back down. Chaturanga. Into Adho Mukha. Jumping forward. Hands to prayer. Up we go. Stretch. Lengthen. And coming back. Okay, you're going to release your straps. So take the straps off. Lovely. Still come standing on top of the mat. And we're working to Uttanasana, which is our seated pose in the air. So feet are just going to be slightly apart. Stretching the arms up to the ceiling. And you'll take yourself a seat. So as you take a seat, sit down as far as you can, but then tilt the pelvis in. So as you do that, I want you to really feel it. So as you come down, tilt in and feel that how you're protecting your back. So when your bum is out, you'll feel a lot in the back. As you tilt forward, you'll feel the core starts to work and your thighs start to burn because the core is pulling the thighs, and that's what we want to identify, how the core actually works the thighs. So sitting down, let's even place our hands in front of us so we can really, really sit down. Take a seat. Hold it here. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now control you to come down, and I want you to see if you can take a seat onto the floor. So once you take your seat, find a way to do it without falling too far over, and then bring your feet just in front of you. Now when you do that, you'll find your sitting bones. That's the sitting bones. So you'll see the movement. I'm off the sitting bones, and now I'm sitting on the sitting bones. So just see where you can go to get onto the sitting bones. Find that clunk onto them. Okay, so you might want to push the flesh back, just sit onto the sitting bones. We're going to work into our different boat poses. I'm moving to the center. Okay, so it's not on the back, it's right on the front. From there, have your belt close by, so I can do different variations with you. Place your hands underneath the knees. Roll the shoulders up. You're lifting up, but you're still crunching down, if that makes sense. So the core is really working here, but the top of your body is open. So you pull in here, but you're opening there. So it's kind of like a pull in, open. Don't know how to explain that, but that's really what you're trying to do. Hands underneath, you're lifting up the feet, and I'm quite close. I'm really close here. Shoulders are back, but I'm crunching. The core is the only thing holding me. It's the same when we were doing that seated pose, that if my bum was out like that, I would be utilizing my back. So I'm really crunching in, got my sitting bones down, crunching in, but opening up the chest to hold it there, okay? Holding underneath there. You're welcome to take a strap and place a strap underneath there, just for now. So let's all do that for fun. Hold the strap, let's sit up nice and tall. The most important thing is that your calves are parallel to the floor. So they're not down here, they're lifted up. Calves are parallel to the floor. Sitting up nice and tall, use the core to sit here. We're going to lift up our right leg, but I want it to go straight above the head. So when you straighten, it's going above your head and down. Left leg is going straight above the head. So making sure you're not pushing out there, you're lifting up. Okay. The knees are staying together. Legs down, right leg up and down, left leg up and down, right leg up, down, left leg up and down. Let's see if we can do 2 legs. Stretch as much as you can, lift them up. You can keep holding your strap or you can try and work into the full pose. Lifting up, crunching, and lifting those legs. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the feet and sit up tall. You'll feel how now you need to do that back stretch. So now you'll feel you need to arch that back check, kind of like open up the core that you've tightened. You need to kind of open a little bit. The next bit, that was Paripura, which is our full boat pose. We're going to work into our half boat pose. So we're going to try and work it out how it works from the bottom up. So lie yourself down. Lie down. Place clasp your hands underneath your head. And we're going to come up just off the floor. So our eyes and our feet can see one another. So come up, lift up. As you lift up, pull the navel in a little bit. Feet are off the floor, head is off the floor. You just have like your bum on the floor, if that makes sense. But get them nicely aligned. So eyes and feet are aligned. And release. Okay, let's do that again. So lifting feet, lifting head. Lift up. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. And release. Okay. Now we're trying to put everything together. So come back up. We're going to start easy. Arms up to the side. Feet are flexed. We're going to start to stretch those legs out in front of us rather. Stretch them out. So your feet are staying in line with your eyes. Try and simply take your hands behind your head and come all the way down to where you were just above the floor. Hold it. Now really tighten that core. Bring the arms out and let's see if you can come back up to that point. Lovely. Let's try and do that again. So we're stretching the legs out. We move back. Hands are going behind the head. Working down. Controlled. And slowly coming back up. Okay, if this is too hard, here's your options. You can keep the arms forward and go down. Keep the arms forward and come up. If you think you've got it, you start to do the straight legs. So you're going to start here with the legs straight. You start bringing the legs down. When they get in line with the eyes, the hands are going to go back. And you're going to start working down. Start working up. Oops. Stretching out. Okay, try and do 2 of them in your own time. 2 full ones. I'll come out for 2 ones. So bringing them down, hands behind, working down, working up, lifting. So working down, hands behind. Okay, I hope you managed, but very well done otherwise, even if you didn't get quite there. From there, we'll just take hold of your strap, and I want you to slowly work yourself back into a standing position. Slowly rolling yourself back up to standing with your strap. So we're working to one sun salutation B. So sun salutation B is a little harder than our normal sun salutation, which is sun salutation A. When you do one of them, you're welcome to put that strap on again and work with the strap. If you didn't the first round, you should be okay to work this round without a strap. But I recommend it if you did need it in the first round. So sun salutation B, we start in our seated position or Kato-san. Have your straps on if you need to strap. And we start here. Nice breathing. Hold. Pull the pelvis in. And breathe. Feel how the core has to work to do this. Then slowly we're coming down to the floor. Hands down to the floor. Then jump back into plank. Bend those elbows. Roll over. Up you come. Upwards facing dog. Working back down. Tucking the toes into your down dog, stretch out. Look at your hand, your right foot by your right thumb. So you bring it right by your strap. And you're gonna come up, tighten the core. We did this at the beginning of the class. Lifting up, tightening the core. You lower down, thighs parallel to the floor. If you're battling with the strap, you need to hold it there with the core to open up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Hold and breathe. Place the hands down to the floor. Step back into a down dog. Stretch out. Look at the hand and step forward with your left foot. Drop the hips. Up you come. Virabhadrasana 1. Tighten the core as you lift up. So you can protect the back. And you can keep yourself balanced. And slowly down we come. Step back into a plank. This time, elbows bend, Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha. Coming back down, tapping the toes into a down dog, stretch it out. Jumping forward. Coming into a seat position of Kato-san. That was a half a one, so we do the other side now. Make sure you're down, pelvis is in. Breathe, and let's come down to the floor. Jumping back into plank. Elbows bend. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha. Back into Chaturanga. Tuck toes into a down dog. Stretch it out. This time the left foot is going to sit to the left thumb. Lovely. Drop those hips. Tighten core, lifting up. Virabhadrasana 1. Breathe. And slowly down we go. Stepping into a down dog, stretch out. Stepping forward with your right foot by your right thumb. Keeping the thighs parallel, lifting up with the core. Big stretch. Hold it. For 3, 2, 1. Coming down, working into a plank this time. Elbows bend, Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha up. And coming back down, Chaturanga into your down dog, stretch out. Look at your hand and jump yourself forward. And you take a seat. Well done, that was 1 round. That's why we only did 1. Pull the pelvis in, step tall. We're going to bring our hands down to the floor and you're going to jump into a plank. Okay. Once you're in your plank, bring your feet together. Take your right hand to the center. We're going to work into the Vishnasana, which is our side plank. Roll onto the feet. Lift up the top arm. So this is your side plank. You can either just stay there like this. If you want to take it another step further, you'll bring the top foot to the knee like in a tree pose. If that's enough for you, you stay there. If you want to go one step further, you're straighten that top leg. If you can hold onto the feet, the foot. Hold and breathe. Lots of core work. You might not feel it, but it's lots of core. Look up if you can. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Coming back into plank. Hands are apart. So let's take our left hand to the center. Roll to the left side. Right arm up. So either you're staying here. You can top foot, tree. Up to the ceiling. You can grab it. That's great. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Down we go. Back into plank. And then you can let yourself slowly come down to the floor, all the way. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. And have your hands nicely spread out. So now we're going to understand what the core really is. So we're identifying, do not ignore that core. Okay. You're going to tuck your toes under. Lift up the hips and push back. So you're really working to hold the core. You can't focus on your shoulders. I need you to focus on that core. Hold it there and breathe. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take your right foot above your left and let's just do little lifts above the left heel. Just a few little lifts. Hold it. Very nice. Place it down, left foot above the right heel. Let's do some lifts. Hold the core. Lovely. Place it down and relax. Beautiful. So there's lots of core gripping, and that's where we really want to hold it from. So now we'll do some twists to feel the obliques, the side obliques work a little bit. So we tap the toes, and we do some twisting. So I want you to twist from side to side. Try and twist to get the hips to the middle line, if that makes sense. If you can do 10, I'll be happy with that. Let's work for 10. All right. Once you've done your 10, we're going to hold it and work into a dolphin. And I want you to feel how easy the dolphin becomes. So we're going to hold it here and then you're going to walk, pushing your shoulders back and walking your feet towards your face. But your head is off the floor. Okay, so let's just hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the feet up, push your head back. Keeping your head off the floor. Stretch into a nice dolphin. Nice relief. And then push into your hands and let's go into a down dog. Stretch that. Big stretch. Beautiful stuff. Okay, place your knees down, feet to the side, and we'll come onto our backs. Doing really well, guys. Really, really well. Probably hating me and telling me all terrible stuff right now. Okay, I know, it's just gonna get a little bit worse before it gets a lot of fun. Okay. From here, let's take our faster hands behind your head. You'll bring the right knee in, left leg out. Okay, so we do some cycling action, but in slow mode. So left elbow to right knee, touch. Now keep the elbows where they are, just change the legs. Now only change the arms. Now only change the legs. Now only change the arms. Only change the legs. Only change the arms. Only change the legs. Only change the arms. It's not so bad. Only change the legs. Only change the arms. 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 Only change the legs. Only change, whoops, only change the legs. Only change the arms. Only change the legs. Only change the arms. Last one. Only change the legs. And now the arms. Beautiful. Release. Bring your knees in, give them a hug. Fun stuff is going to be coming soon. Okay. Stretch your arms up over your head and lift your right leg up and your left leg down. So right leg's up, left leg's down, just above the floor. When you're going to lift up your whole torso and your arms, and you're going to change the legs. So as I come up, I'm going to change legs. You see that? And as I go down. Okay, let's do that together. So up we come, change legs. And down we go. Change legs. Okay, let's do it. Up and down. Easy peasy pudding pie. Up, down. Got it? Up, down. Nice. Up, down. Up, down. Up, lift up your chest, your whole chest up in your head and down. Two more. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Beautiful. Release. Now keep your left leg up and your right leg down. Because we have to do the other side. Just how it works. All right, so you ready for it? Pull the navel in and let's go. So as you come up, you're going to swap. And down. And up and swap. And down. Up and swap. And down. Up and swap. And down. Up and swap. I can't see everyone doing it. And down. Up and swap. And down. Three more. Up and swap. And down. Up. And down. Last one. Up. And down. Fantastic. Bring your knees in, give them a nice hug. Very nicely done. Everybody can do the hugging and stuff. What's happening with the other stuff? But we won't go there. Okay, let's cross the ankles, hold to the feet. Up we come. All the way into a plank. Okay, last little bit of hard part. From the plank, you take your right knee to the right elbow. Touch. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Step it back. Left knee, left elbow. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Step back. Right knee, right elbow. 3, 2, 1. Back. Left knee, left elbow. 3, 2, 1. Step back, down dog. Stretch it out. Big stretch. Nice. Once more. Plank. Right knee, left elbow. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Step back. Left to right. 3, 2, 1. Back, right to left. 3, 2, 1. Left to right. 3, 2, 1. Down dog, stretch it out. Okay, from here, I want you to step forward. Well, I'm stepping forward my right so I can see you. So then I'm going to walk to the front of the mat. My legs will be nice and wide open. And then I'm going to grab the blanket. Sorry, Kitty. Sorry, my blanket. And I'll place the blanket in front of me. Now, a lot of you might want to, some of you have a chair here. Some of you can't really do this, so you will just work yourself down as far as you can if you can't go into Bakasana. Or some of you might want to work against the wall here. Or you might want to just try it out. So I'm going to just demonstrate what I'm doing. I'm placing my hands down. I'm making sure I've got my nice triangle here. My head is going to the top of the triangle. So I'm going to bend my elbows. I'm going to drop my head down and slowly start to lift my legs up all the way, and then work into Bakasana. So stretching up. Okay, to come down, opening my legs, down, and coming up. All right, so I want you to give it a try. I'll do it from the other way just to show you. So you'll see my hands are there. I'm leaning forward. You might have a problem leaning forward and say you can't fall. You can always bend the knees and fall forward. So bending forward, legs are going up, elbows are staying in, stretching up, slowly bringing the legs in, flexing together, and then slowly opening out, feet down. Okay, I'll give you a moment to try a few of those, or to bring your chair, or you can just practice coming down to the floor and lifting back up. Yeah, so you can have it back. Okay. Very nice. Hands are falling down. Very, very nice. I see some magic stuff going on there. So you can also just practice the legs, or if you don't want to do anything, you're welcome to try and get the hands as close to the floor, head as close to the floor. If you're nowhere near, you can just welcome to just hang out here. It's just as good as a nice forward bend. It's an invert, it's a nice bringing your head down, so you're still inverting your buttocks, your head's getting a little bit of blood to the brain, and stretching it out. And then slowly coming all the way. We're going to release there, come onto your knees, all the way down. Okay. So from here, we're going to work in now, it's a bit of fun playtime. So I want you to get your blocks, have them on either side of you. And we're working to 3 different types of balancing or lifting with a core. You can have your belt also closed. The first one we're working to is something called Lolasana. Lolasana is a pendulum. It's a pendulum lift. And the only way to describe it is really it's working your core, and you're sitting in, you're crossing your legs. So I'm going to cross my legs over at the back, and I'm going to sit myself down. I'm going to place my blocks on either side, and I'm going to try and lift myself from there. Now, the only way to describe it is I've got to pull my core as much as I can to lift my knees up. And then I'm going to also at the same time keep my feet tucked in. So I want to keep that tucked in and pull the knees up. So that is really what I'm doing without showing you without the blocks. So I'm putting everything in, but I've got to make sure I keep my feet right in as well. So that is the idea. So I've got my blocks. You can use your blocks all the way up if you want to. So you want really high, you can use the blocks really high. You'll pull the knees and everything in. And you want to be able to kind of rock and roll inside that. You can put the feet together, but it might be a lot harder because you want them right to your bum. The idea is to get them right up to your bum and lift yourself up. Okay. So once you give that a turn, if you're finding that's really not working or you can't keep your feet at your bum, because this is working when you do that grip of the core. It's the same how you grip the core, it's going to grip the legs to pull in. And when you felt we went into Utkatasana, right down, you will feel those shin splints working. That's the same thing we're working to pull the feet up. The shins are now starting to work to keep the legs up. So everything here is working, but it's all through the core. That's what we're trying to work. So if it's battling, you're really battling, you can always take a strap. And you'll notice I strap myself from my ankles all the way here, and I'm going to tie it tight in there. That you can do. And really tie yourself into a knot there to be able to lift everything up there. So that's also an option. Okay, so we're just going to play with that just for a couple of minutes. Try and get yourself into that mode. Your arms, you're either just going to straighten the arms. As much as you think you're using your arms, you're just leaning on the arms. This is really a core movement. You want to really pull in and work the core and really get a lifting sensation where you're lifting up as much as you can as a core movement. Okay. So try and breathe and work into it, tightening as much as you can. Okay. If you think you're doing really well, you can always drop your blocks down a little bit and try to work with lower blocks and see how it works. But you really have to try and tuck the feet underneath. That is the most important. So this is your Lolasana. It's really it's a bit of a pendulum. And you'll feel like you dropped. You're quite heavy at the bottom, and that's how you dropped. All right, so the next one we're going to work into is Tolasana, which is our balanced pose. Okay, you're going to work body. I'll see if she's gone. Okay. So you work into, a lot of people can't go into Padmasana. Padmasana is where you're crossing your legs straight over like so. Okay. I don't expect you to work into that. If you can, you work into that, that will help a lot. If you can't, you should go into a normal cross leg position, which back will go, there we go, in a cross leg. And then you can take a strap, and again, you can strap the legs together. But when you strap it, I recommend you strap it a few times. So strap it around a few times. Once you've strapped it around a few times, then tie the knot. Okay, because then you've actually got your feet together. I can't get loose. All right, I really can't get loose. Okay, so let me show you what this pose is like. All right. So I'm just going to go into Padmasana, bring the feet up. Then I'll use the blocks to show you. You can always go, you can go on the floor or whatever you want. This one is also again core because the idea you want to pull the legs up to you. So I'm going to lift my legs, utilizing the core, lift myself off, and then pull them up. So I'm not just resting. A lot of people are resting here like this. I want you to pull the knees up and hold there. Okay. So it's not there, it's really up. Okay. So try working to that one. Once you do it the one way, you can always try and do it the other way. So you're working Padmasana or crossing your legs to the other side. It's different on both sides. Like a little book, sister. Let me see how you're doing here. And it's saying, gripping that core to try and get it up, to try and work into it, is what you're trying to achieve. What I'm trying to get you to understand is how core will lift the legs. And it comes from that saying, from that Katasana pose. So when you tilt the pelvis in and you really work the core, it's the same from the boat. So you really, as much as you're sitting on your sitting bones, you still have to really pull from there. But your arms, you'll notice that my arms are still down and open. My chest is open, but I'm pulling from inside here. That's where you have to really work from that inside part. So just work on this a little bit more to try and get this right. One more minute. So pull through the core to lift those legs. Hook them on. So this is huge, huge core, and it's trying to identify where that core is and how that core works with the legs. So when I lift my leg out, I can lift it perfectly straight. With my body being straight up, I can lift the leg. And I'm working the core to lift the leg. I'm not leaning back to lift the leg because that's the leg and the back working. I'm really working from here, and this is working. It's like pulling in the core. That's what you want to be doing. And it's exactly the same movement to get that core, that the legs work through the core. Okay. All right, the last one we're going to do. I want you to take your blocks. I'm going to take our legs up nice and straight in front of you. Place the blocks on the side. You're going to lift yourself up. Okay. And I want you to bring yourself back, completely back. Once you're back, you're going to lift your legs up. So this is working the core to lift the legs up. And if you understand how you can lift the legs up, it's the core brings the legs to lift them up. So a lot of you are still sitting on the floor. You have to use a core to lift the legs to bring them up. And that's why this whole thing is don't ignore your core, because we're ignoring what our core can do. It can actually lift the legs up. I mean, you don't even need the blocks. So once I'm there, I can lift off the floor. As a matter of identifying what I'm using, how I'm distributing my weight, and how my core is going to pull my feet towards me. Okay. Last little, you got half a minute left to try this out. Try and identify how you're going to actually pull it up and lift it up. So with the blocks, you straighten the arms, you lift yourself up, you pull the feet in, and then you lift them up. All right. Okay. Well done, guys. We can move our equipment to the side. And we can move into our relaxation a bit. So bring your buttocks towards your heels. Lie yourselves down. Knees to the chest. Let's give them a nice hug. Then placing the feet down onto the floor. Feet are hip distance close to your buttocks. Hands on either side. Let's just do a little tilt of the pelvis and lift up off the floor. Clasp the hands behind the back. Work onto the shoulders. Stretch up as high as you can go. Lift chest coming to the chin, Jalandhara Bandha. Have a stretch, breathe. And then place the palms facing up on either side. Come off the shoulders, just rest. Roll down one vertebra at a time, down towards, buttocks towards the heels. Just resting. Once you're all the way down, release the shoulders. Nice. You bring the knees back to your chest. Then take the arms out to the side. Just stretch your arms out. Keep the knees together, flex the feet. We're going to work over to the right side. So work over as far as you can. Use that core to push the feet, the knees over to the right. And look over to the left side. Just hold gently. Now use your core, bring the knees back to the center and work over to the left side. And turn your head to the right side. And back to the center. Give your knees a nice hug. Rock side to side. Then let's go into a nice happy baby. So you can always hold behind the knees if you can't get to the feet. Otherwise, hold it to the feet. Knees to the side. Relaxing your back. Try and get the tailbone down, the shoulders down. So your full back is flat on the floor. And then if you come to hold onto the inside of the feet, let's try and stretch the legs out a little bit. See how far you get, just stretching out. And then have a stretch whatever direction you want to stretch it out. If you want to put some warm clothes on, put some warm clothes on. And let's get ready for relaxing. So right leg to the right corner, left leg to the left corner, palms face up. And close your eyes.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm feeling so small. It was over my head. I know nothing at all. And I will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, just starting to grow. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would have followed you. swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would have followed you. Oh, say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something.
And slowly start to wiggle your toes. Rub your thumbs over your fingertips. Turn your head from the side to side. Take your arms and stretch them over your head. Have a good yawn and a good stretch. Then slowly bring your knees to your chest. Roll over to your side with your head cradled in your arm. Just like you need to strengthen your core physically with exercise, you also need to strengthen your core spiritually. Slowly come to a seated position. May there be peace to the north, peace to the south, peace to the east, and peace to the west. Peace above, peace below, peace within, and peace without. And most importantly, peace with you and your family. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.